Hello, dog lovers. Welcome to another live dog training session on Saro Dog Training. Hope you're doing well. Hope you can see and hear me. And I can see there are few viewers already waiting in the chat line. Thank you for being here. Thank you for joining the live session. Um, Today is a bit different. We are in a different location. We're not in my studio, live studio. Today we're in my facility. This is where I operate my doggy daycare, um, and I have Annie with me. Annie is just hanging out with me. Annie is my dog. More about her in a minute. So this is where I do my training. I do my um, doggy daycare. All kinds of good stuff happens here. I do film my videos here, and lots of things going on here. So I decided today to go live in this location because I want to also show you and teach you a little bit of dog training as well. If there are any questions that is required for me to show you something, I'm going to show you as well. Annie is going to help us as well. I can see that so I have my laptop over here. I can see the questions coming. Uh, Kathleen says hi. Thank you for being here, Kathleen. Kathleen is one of the first ones here. John Cipolla is here. Finally, you made it, John. And we have Alan, Alan as well. Thank you for being here. So you feel free to ask your dog-related questions in the chat area. I'll read them and I'll answer them. And as always, also, if you are a new member here, make sure to subscribe to the channel. So right there, you're going to see right here, you're going to see a subscribe button. Just go ahead and click on that and make sure to click on all notifications, so you will get notified as soon as I go live or if I post a new video. Let me just make sure everything is working fine. All right, so okay. So I can see that there is a question. Alan has a question, says, let me see. Okay, here we go. Alan says, so I can see the question. My dog is an American Bulldog, 6 months old, female. And is that the one? Let me see. Alan, that was the question. That wasn't a question. Alan asked. Okay, so I'm getting a little bit confused here. I have my control panel over there and the live chat over here, so I'm kind of getting confused. But I'll figure it out. We have somebody named Problem. All right, let's see what the problem is. Hello, my dog is a small breed mix. He is a year and a half. He's a male. I did not train him when he was a puppy, and now he's really bad with strangers and sometimes with us. So, yeah, that's a good question. That's a good. Actually, it's a common problem as well. Um, you said it's a year and a half. We call these dogs, pandemic dogs, especially that it happened during the pandemic and you didn't have the opportunity to socialize your puppy with people and individuals. So it's very common now that many dog owners are dealing with this problem, which is their dogs are um, not behaving properly. I have one of those. Let me give it here. Stay. So Annie is one of them actually. Annie, uh, we got Annie when she was 6 months old, a little bit younger than 6 months old, and uh, the pandemic hit, and we didn't have the opportunity to socialize her as well. So she is a little bit reactive to strangers and dogs, and not dogs, but strangers, people. So the way I deal with it is that I make sure that she's on leash, under control, and I allow her to react. I don't completely shut her emotions and shut her feelings down. Um, what I do, I allow her to express her emotions and feelings that she is she's reacting, um, and I allow her to do that. But I also control her and help her. So I do both. I do allow her to be negative in negative zone and in a positive zone. So what I mean by that is I allow my dog to express her emotions, but right away I say, okay, I hear you, I understand what's going on, but let me help you somehow deal with it. So I do help my dog in that way. The easiest way and the best way is that I'm going to show you actually, since we have, hold on, let me just check something. Okay. Uh, the way I do it is I keep my dog on a leash. What I mean by that is I try to control my dog. Keeping my dog on a leash, it helps the dog to relax a little bit more. Um, because what happens is when you feel bad and you give too much freedom to your dog, um, and you allow your dog to be whatever it wants to do, it stresses the dog. But when you have your dog on a leash and under control, it gives the dog just one task, which is just to focus on you and relax. So this is, for example, at the moment, Annie is just focused on me and is doing one thing. He's focused on me and getting cues from me. This relaxes my dog. So, first of all, I control my dog. And second of all, if my dog does something that is um, out of fear or reactive to other people or things like that, um, I, I, I correct her. I just, for example, if she is reacting, I say, no. So I let her, first of all, react, maybe one bark or something, let her react, and I say, no. Then I control it. So I let her express herself, and then I control her too. So I do both. I do give opportunity for my dog to uh, feel feel the emotions that she needs to, and share that emotions with me. And then I say, you know what, I'm going to help you. Let me give you a solution. Let me give you something else to think about and do. So in that case, I correct her. I say, don't, okay, that's enough. I hear you. I hear what you're saying. Instead, do this. So I replace that unwanted behavior with a wanted behavior. So the more you do that, the more confidence your dog gains. So first of all, I would say control your dog. Make sure that your dog is under control. You're always either have your dog on a leash, or you confine your dog. Your dog is always under control. Um, Two, make sure that you redirect the unwanted behavior to a wanted behavior that you want to replace with. And third, start training. Start doing some major serious training with your dog so you can start improving your dog's behavior, and also bring your dog's confidence level up. Hopefully that helps. By the way, if you have any follow-up questions, let me know as well. Uh, John John Cipolla is asking. Hold on. Can you share a link where you are clearly teaching the dog the word no? Yes, John. What I would do, John Cipolla is one of my students. John, I will send you the video that I want you to watch to teach your dog no. So basically, what you want to do is um, start wording it whenever your dog is doing something wrong. For example, let's say Annie is doing that, and I don't want her to do that. Right? I'll just say, Annie, no, Annie, no. So you see, she's paying attention to me now. She's saying, what is it? What's going on? So as soon as she does that, I say, Annie, no. Then she responds to my no, and she says, okay, I did something that was wrong, therefore I'm going to correct myself. So that's the idea of teaching your dog the verbal cue of no, so therefore you can get good results when your dog does something wrong. You don't have to yell at your dog, you don't have to run after your dog. You can just say no, and your dog responds to your no. John, yes, I know you are you want to learn this cue. It is in the program that you have registered already, but I will send you some additional information. Let's go to next question from John. Questions are coming fast, and I'm getting with Alan is asking, my American Bulldog, she doesn't come back when called. Okay, so that's the problem. The reason she doesn't come is because you haven't taught your dog the proper way of communication. Um, Recall command or come command is something that you have to start teaching your puppy. Start from puppy. You're very young. You have to teach it how to come. So the way I teach it is different than other dog training methods. Other dog trainers or other dog training methods, they will ask you to use treats to come for the treats. Instead, I use play and praise to train my dog. So the way I do it is I'm gonna demo it with Annie. Annie, come here. Annie, sit. So Annie sits, right? I'm gonna say stay. So now she's gonna sit and stay, and now I can ask her to come because of play. Annie, come. Good girl. Yes, yes, good girl. Yes. So with the play, you can get your dog to get motivated to come to you rather than food and treats and things like that. And sit, sit. She lie down, right? So don't go over here. And come. Yes, yes, yes. And come. Yes, yes. And sit. And come. So I do that. I play with my dog to get that technique really established in her brain. That come means good things happens. My human interacts with me. I get to play with my human. So instead of using treats to feed treats, I use play. I just interact with my dog. And he comes. Good girl. Yes. And I make it fun and game until your dog really gets the idea of what calm means. So you have to start building it and training. So hopefully that helps. Right. Let's go to the next question from is yours truly, Alisa. Beagle 5 months old boy still having potty issue, never indicates when he needs to go out all day. I have to watch him any more tips. Yes. So, potty training is something that you have to really work on your dog from young age as well. Um, most dog training happens between the ages of 4 months and 12 months. That's the window of opportunity to train a dog, including potty training. Now, if potty training is the issue and your dog is not getting it, there are three things that you have to do. First thing is keep your dog on leash or in a crate when at home until your dog or your puppy is fully trained. You don't want to give an opportunity to your puppy or your dog to go and have accidents in the house. The reason you want to have your dog under control is because you know if you take it outside and it doesn't do anything and you bring it back and you have it on off leash like that, she's going to go and your dog is going to go do an accident, have some accidents wherever. But if you have it under control, and I can see that it's because she's giving me the signals that she has to either pee or poo, I'll take her right away outside and I'll let her do her business outside. So you want to make sure that you have, first of all, your dog under control. Second of all, take your dog outside every 2 hours. That on a weekend, that especially if you have a long weekend coming, that you have 3 days off, for example, that's even better. On the weekend or long weekend, every 2 hours, commit to take your dog out for every 2 hours. Whether they have to go or not, you take it outside every 2 hours. You take it outside, let it do its business. If it does, good. You praise it, you reward it, and all that. If it doesn't, bring it back, have it under control it, confine it. If it gives the signal, take it outside. If it doesn't give you the signal and it's not happening, after 2 hours again, you take it outside. You do that for a couple of days, your dog is going to get it. Number three, first one, no freedom, no, don't just let your dog loose in the house. Two, take it outside every 2 hours. My number three tip that I have, this is something that no other trainer or nobody talks about. Change your dog's diet. Start feeding fresh food, because dogs who are on kibble diet, dry food, they tend to, due to the diet that they have, they tend to be forced to drink a lot more water, because dry food dehydrates their system, so they have to drink a lot of water. And because of the quality of the food, also, it forces them to have a lot more poos as well. So they drink a lot of water, therefore they are forced to pee a lot more. They are forced to poo a lot more too. But as soon as we start changing it and start feeding fresh food, the accidents also reduces and happens less often as well. It makes it easier for you to potty train your dog, and also makes it easier for the dog to learn to stick to a schedule. Hope that helps. Um, let's see what the next question is. All right. John is saying, who Chloe is doing a lot better on her walks. Your videos are very helpful, guiding me how to correct her if she pulls. Very good, very good. That's good to hear. Um, Problem says, thank you very much. You are welcome. Alan says she's also a poop eater. Okay. I'm having a hard time. Thank you. Teach her way. This is from Alan. How do I charge her from being treat oriented? Change her from treat oriented to no food motivated, no treat motivated. I think that's the question. Okay, that's a good question actually. That's a very good question, and that's my specialty. And I get this question all the time. How do I change my dog from treat training, using treats to not using treats? So first of all, I want you to understand that dogs are not literally motivated by food. That's the misunderstanding of most dog owners, most dog trainers, that they all right away they start with food and treats to train their dog. Annie, come. Annie, come. Good girl. See, dogs are motivated with play. So what I just did, not just itself, it was a play, right? From your point of view, it doesn't look like a play, but it's interaction. Interaction with a dog is similar to play. Good girl, yes. So just pretend that there is no treats. Stop using treats and don't depend on treats. Don't think that you need to use treats to train your dog. The other thing that you have to start using or doing um, is using play, or toys or games or praise. So you have few things that you can do. Now, praise, it's you telling your dog, good girl or good boy, whatever it is, um, and that itself, it's a great reward. It's a very good um, reward for a dog, because that shows that you care. That shows that you are interacting with your dog. So the verbal or physical praise to your dog itself is more, it's good enough. It's very good itself. Good stay. Yes. Good girl. Yes. Good girl. Stay. Yes. So that itself is good enough. If you could do that with your dog, you're good to go. Now, playing games, right? Let's see. I can play a game. Hold on. I'll be right back. So I have a broomstick. This is a game. I can create a game using this. So I can put it on the floor, right? Annie, come, sit, stay, Annie, come. Good girl. She jumps over the stick. It's a game. You simply started transforming your relationship to higher level of playing game with your dog. So Anika, I'll show you one more time. Sit, stay. I can go further, and she has to go over the stick and jump. Good girl, yes. Right? So that becomes a game. Now, toys can also become reward. Fetch game, can become a game. You can play with your dog, right? Sit, stay, come. You can play with your dog. And sit, stay, cookie. And it's done. The fetch game becomes, the toy becomes a game as well. You can play fetch, you can do all kinds of games. You can, can become a reward, right? And these three are the most important and most um, impactful forms of reward for a dog, and they're available all the time. It's just a matter of you getting involved and interact with your dog as much as you can, and that becomes a simple way of changing your mindset and transition from treat training to not using treats to train your dog. Hope that makes sense. Let's go to the next question. This is a question from John. Says she's not consistent with responding to the word no, especially when counter surfing. When that happens is because your beagle hasn't really registered what no means. It takes a little time to teach it. It takes a little time for the dog to learn. It takes a little time to become normal. So, for example, if I don't want her to run, and you come, stop, and you down, and you nope, nope, nope. So, you see, she didn't respond to the no, right? So I want her to respond to the no. And you say, no, so there, nope, okay, right? It takes a little time for the dog to learn what no exactly means, and then for the dog to understand exactly how to respond to that command. So you have to practice and teach your dog for a long time for it to get it. So what I mean by that is, I'm not saying years. It'll take a few weeks for the dog to learn, right? Anything that you're teaching to a dog, it takes weeks for them to really learn and understand what it is. And once they get it, changes everything. Once your dog knows what no means, and once it starts to respond and be reactive to your verbal cues, life changes. I would say 50% of dog training happens and starts getting easier and better and goes smoother when the dog learns the word no. Everything else becomes easier to teach. Alan is saying, I have been having problem with her staying out of the kitchen when we are doing things in there. All right, so that is because you haven't taught your dog the stay command properly. Stay command is another command that you can start using and start training your dog and using it throughout the day, throughout the activities that you do with your dog. In this case, if you want your dog to be by the kitchen, you have to set the perimeter there and say, stay there, don't come in. Stay means don't move a muscle, just stay in that position or stay there. So, for example, if I ask Annie to come and stay, Annika, sit, Stay. So stay means sit and stay in that position. Don't move a muscle. No matter what happens, you don't move a muscle, right? You have to teach your dog the stay command. Again, it takes a long time for the dog to learn, but in this case, my goal is to ask her to sit and stay in this scenario which we are playing, but you have to teach your dog, right? And also, uh, first you teach, and then have expectations that your dog does what you taught. So the way I teach, I use play and praise to teach my dog, right? All my students, they learn using play and praise. They don't use treats or food. We use play games to train our dog the stay command. So once the dog learns what stay command is, then we use it, throughout the day in the activities that we do. So her task is now to stay, no matter how long it is, no matter what happens. So she's staying there until I give her either the cue of release or I go and interact with the toy. So that's the power of teaching, training, and then getting results. So you can see she won't move even if I go over here do things, crazy things like this. She's committed to that command, right? Command of stay. And she can't move or she won't move until I release. So that's the beauty of training your dog and getting results. So you have to teach first, make sure that you teach first, and then when you know that your dog really knows what stay is or what command is, then have expectations. Okay, make sense? Let me see what's going on here. Yeah. Yeah. So who's I forgot who it was. Yours truly, I think. Yes, yes. Yours truly. It has a suggestion of baby gate using baby gates. Um, Baby gates are good idea. Baby gates are good idea for um, starter. Baby gates are like band-aid solution. You're not really dealing with the problem. You're just putting a band-aid there, hoping that things are going to work. It's a good tool to use it for prevention for now, but my better suggestion would be from me would be to teach your dog, the basic commands, so you can use them throughout the day in activities that you do with your dog or your dogs are involved with you. So your dogs can learn. Um, they can understand exactly what you mean with or without the gate, right? You have to be able to control your dog with or without the gate. If you can't do that, then yeah, the long-term suggestion would be to train your dog. Yes, the gate is a short-term solution, band-aid solution. The long-term solution would be to train your dog so your dog understands what you want, so you're not depending on tools and gadgets and things like that. Can you get it? Let me see the next question. Right. Alan says, thanks for the suggestion, for the advice. You're welcome. And Alan also is saying that she stays only for a minute. So your task is to teach your dog to stay longer and longer. So the way you do that, for example, if I was going to teach my dog the stay command, Annie come, Annie sit, stay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I release after 10 seconds. That teaches the dog, okay, 10 seconds, I can wait. And then next time, and he said, stay 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's 20 seconds release. So you start adding 10 seconds, and if you had a good 10 seconds, you add another 10 seconds. If you had a good 20 seconds, you add another 10 seconds, make it 30 seconds, and on and on and on until you get to 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes. But that's why it takes a while for a dog to learn. It takes a while to teach. That's why training is very important to do it for some time. You dedicate time and energy and effort to train your dog, and then start expecting results. But for now, your goal should be to teach little by little. We have a question from AMG. My dog chews pillows, blankets, window blinds, etc., which is very dangerous for him. It is worse when I have him at home. Even if I put all the items away, he still destroys other things. Thank you. So I'm guessing your dog is a young dog. Probably it's a puppy. What I would suggest to do is what I suggest you to do is, again, as I said, maybe in the other question that I was answering, make sure that you either have your dog on a leash, under control, or in a crate, confined, or you have your dog with you, but you're supervising. You know what your dog is doing. You know your dog is not doing anything that is not supposed to do. So that's number one. Number two is that you need to start providing your dog's daily 5 essential needs. What are those daily 5 essential needs? Are exercise, training, socialization, care, and also affection. And you have to provide them in this order. You have to make sure that your dog or your puppy gets enough exercise every day, 2 or 3, 4 times a day. You have to train your dog. So exercise is a physical stimulation. It stimulates your dog physically. Training is a mental stimulation. Your dog needs a lot of mental stimulation, more than physical stimulation. If your dog is if your dog doesn't get enough mental stimulation, it will start coming up with activities to mentally stimulate itself, which in your case is the blinds and window covering and things like that. Your dog is coming up with activities to stimulate its brain, stimulates its mind. So mental stimulation is more important than physical stimulation, but mental stimulation should be done at least 70% of the day. Most people, they focus only on physical stimulation. They forget about mental stimulation. You need to allow your dog to mentally stimulate itself. And if you don't do, that's what they're going to do. They're going to start doing things to stimulate themselves. So make sure that you're exercising it properly. Training, mental stimulation is very healthy, very good. As you can see, I can train and stimulate my dog at the same time. How is that possible? I can train, play, and stimulate. Any sit, any down, stay. So I'm training and mentally stimulating and physically stimulating my dog. It's learning and it's being exercised at the same time, right? So mental and physical stimulation at the same time. The next thing is socialization. Socialization is social stimulation. You need to provide social stimulation for your dog as well. So your dog is nice and happy and gets used to everything. And then you provide care and then also affection. So if you provide these 5 daily essential needs for your puppy or your dog, then your dog will be nice and stimulated, happy, and it's not going to bother you anymore. So let me give you an example. So here's my dog, right? I'm trying to provide the 5 needs. So she's provided. She had exercise, training, and you come. Good, sit, down, stay. So now I'm giving her another form of stimulation, which is I'm giving her a task. I'm telling her to do something, which is lie down and stay. That becomes a task for her, a job for her. Now she's doing something. It looks like she's not doing anything, but it's doing something. It's following a command. It's under control and is not misbehaving, and she's doing exactly what I've asked her to do. Make sense? So if you do these things, training, exercise, proper training and exercise and all that, everything is going to be superb. Hopefully that helped. So this is a very common problem as well. My puppy eats his own poop. If that's happening, first of all, it's not under control. It needs to be under control. So whenever you're taking your puppy out or you're letting your puppy to go in the backyard, make sure that you are going with your puppy to the backyard or you're taking your puppy to the walk and you pick it up right away. Don't let it eat. Don't let it eat its own poop. Control, manage. Never send the puppy on its own. Never send the puppy off leash. Never. Make sure to always supervise your puppy. Second of all, make sure that your puppy is always on a leash, and as soon as it does its business, you distract your puppy with your verbal cues or physical cues, good girl and all that. So, or puppy, good boy or good girl. So redirect from going back to the poop to you, something else. So make sure that you're distracting your puppy as well, so it doesn't get used to the idea of feeding poops as well. Yours truly, you are very welcome. Thank you for the questions. Actually, I enjoy helping and answering everybody. And also, AMG also is thanking for the answering to the question. So, all right. So, if there is no any other questions, I'm just gonna briefly explain to you that um, I have a new program that I'm very excited about. It's a online dog training course, an online dog training plan or program that allows you to hire me 27 to work for you as a dog trainer. So if you need dog trainer that helps you 24/7 and works with you and teaches you and trains your dog at the same time, and plus a lot of other benefits, and it's a lifetime program. That means you can hire me for lifetime of your dog or dogs. As long as you need me, the program is available for you. And what happens is we meet on a weekly basis, and I help you and answer your questions, and I teach you everything that you need to do, or problem solve and everything every week. And it's not just few weeks; it's lifetime. As long as you need me, I will be there. So the idea here is that if you want to hire me as your dog trainer, lifetime dog trainer, and you want to learn a dog training method that uses no treats, no force, no aversive tools or method, we use play and praise to train your dog and teach your dog commands and manner and behaviors. Then this is the program for you. The reason I do it online is because I have been dog trainer for over 16 years now, uh, over 15 years now, and I have done it all. And I find that online dog training course works the best. The one-on-one training doesn't do well. One-on-one training is just too expensive. It's too time limited. Um, you have you have limited time to work with me, and you don't get the results that you want. Group classes are just too distracting, too stressful for you and for your puppy or your dog. But this program is ideal because you're working and you're staying at your home. Your dog is in the comfortable environment that has been, and it's not stressed. It's relaxed. Can learn. You learn exactly what you need to do in the comfort of your home, and the program and videos and everything is also in the portal as well, that you can go ahead and watch them anytime you want, practice them at home, and if you have any questions or problems, every week we gather together and you ask me your questions, we problem solve, and I support you and help you, and I answer all the questions as well. And if you have any problems or anything that you're worried about your dog, you can first of all come to me, and instead of researching and investing time and energy to figure out what is right and what is wrong for your dog, I will give you my honest answer. I have done my research. I already know exactly what you need. I will share all the information that you need. So if this sounds like something that you're interested and you want to learn more, there is a link in the description that you can click on and go to the page that it gives you a lot more information. And also it gives you an opportunity to contact me, to set up a live free live Zoom session to talk to me, see if we are a match, if I'm a good match, I'm a good dog trainer for you, and if you're going to benefit from this program as well. It's free. We'll figure out if you are good, then you can register for the program. If it's something that we find, okay, you don't need it, I don't need you, you don't need me, we walk away. Yeah, everything is in the chat area, in the description. You can go ahead and find out more about it. Um, I think, okay, I think that's about it. Let me just see the last. Yeah, so you get a free Zoom consultation with me as well, to figure out if this is the right program for you or not. All right. So thank you very much for being here. Thank you very much for joining this live session. I had fun. I hope you had fun too. Uh, I hope to do this more often. I'll try to do some of these live dog training sessions in future as well. If you have any more questions, leave those questions in the comments area. Make sure to click the like button. Help me to get this video to the level that more people can watch. Make sure to share this video if you find that information is beneficial and you enjoyed it. And also make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. Uh, there is a subscribe button right there. You can click on the subscribe button and make sure that click also on the all notifications so you will get notified as soon as I post a new video or if I go live next time. Thank you very much, John. I'm going to send you the links pretty soon, and everybody else, and um all dog lovers. Just don't remember, have fun with your dog. Until next time, I'll see you next time, and have fun with your dog. Take care.